The year is 1066, and King Harald Hardrada, the King of Norway, invades England. And on the 20th September, the English are beaten in battle at Fulford. The victory is short-lived. The Saxons are victorious over the invading Vikings at the Battle of Stamford Bridge. Harold II defeats and kills King Harald Hardrada. William of Normandy, also known as William the Conqueror, led the Norman conquest of England in 1066. This invasion was a pivotal event in British history. After the death of Edward the Confessor, William claimed the English throne, arguing that Edward had promised it to him. At the Battle of Hastings on October 14, 1066, King Harold II of England was defeated by the invading Norman forces of William the Conqueror. By the end of the bloody all-day battle, Harold was dead and his forces were destroyed. Harold was the last Anglo-Saxon King of England, and the battle changed the course of history and established the French-speaking Normans as the new rulers of England, which in turn brought about a significant cultural, economic and military transformation and helped to create the modern English language. The Bayeux Tapestry is an embroidered cloth nearly 70 metres, 230 feet, long and 50 centimetres, 20 inches tall that depicts the events leading up to the Norman conquest of England in 1066, led by William, Duke of Normandy challenging Harold II, King of England, and culminating in the Battle of Hastings. It is thought to date to the 11th century, within a few years of the battle. Now widely accepted to have been made in England, perhaps as a gift for William, it tells the story from the point of view of the conquering Normans and for centuries has been preserved in Normandy. The Domesday Book is a manuscript record of the Great Survey of much of England and parts of Wales, completed in 10,086 at the behest of King William the Conqueror. The manuscript was originally known by the Latin name Liber de Wintonia, meaning Book of Winchester, where it was originally kept in the royal treasury. The Anglo-Saxon Chronicle states that in 10,085, the king sent his agents to survey every shire in England, to list his holdings, and dues owed to him. The survey's main purpose was to record the annual value of every piece of landed property to its lord, and the resources in land, labour force and livestock from which the value derived. Malcolm Canmore, King of Scotland, leads an unsuccessful invasion of England. Malcolm was killed in an ambush by Robert de Mowbray, Earl of Northumbria, in 1093. Margaret was the daughter of Edward the Atheling, an Anglo-Saxon claimant to the English throne in 1066. She fled to Scotland after the Norman conquest and married Malcolm Canmore, Malcolm III of Scotland, in about 1070. It's the 2nd of August, and William II is killed while hunting in the New Forest. His brother Henry rapidly crowns himself Henry I. Henry I of England marries his daughter Matilda to the German Emperor, Henry V. She was only 8 years old. Henry I's only son, William, drowns while returning from Normandy to England on the White Ship. The succession is thrown into crisis. On the 22nd of December, Stephen, Henry's nephew, is crowned king after the death of Henry I in Normandy instead of Matilda. Many considered a woman unfit to rule, and further resentment was generated by her marriage into the Anjou family in 1127. A long civil war followed, but neither side was strong enough for outright victory. The anarchy that followed was a civil war in England and Normandy between 1139 and 1153, which resulted in a widespread breakdown in law and order. The conflict was a war of succession precipitated by the accidental death of William Adelin, the only legitimate son of King Henry I, who had drowned in the White Ship disaster of 1120. Henry sought to be succeeded by his daughter, known as Empress Matilda, but was only partially successful in convincing the nobility to support her. Henry II, the first Plantagenet king, accedes to the throne. He was not only King of England, but also ruled over most of Wales, Normandy, Anjou, Gascony, and other parts of France, acquired through his marriage to Eleanor of Aquitaine. Henry, son of Empress Matilda, established stability after civil war between his mother and her rival Stephen. He asserted his authority over the barons and enforced law and governance. the Archbishop of Canterbury, Thomas à Becket, is murdered by the Knights of Henry II. Thomas Becket had been Henry's close friend and his chancellor. But when Henry appointed him Archbishop of Canterbury in 1162, Becket began to take the side of the church against the king. Thomas à Becket, also known as St. Thomas of Canterbury, Thomas of London, and later Thomas à Becket, served as Lord Chancellor from 1155 to 1162, and then notably as Archbishop of Canterbury from 1162 until his death in 1170. If you have enjoyed this presentation, then please leave a like, a comment and subscribe to enjoy all that TheMunkterFiles has to offer.